Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. Today we're going to be tapping into your spiritual side and seeing why you do the things you do, but from a spiritual perspective. This video will help you understand yourself better, so it would be amazing if you picked one of the three piles or more than one and went to the description to see your timestamp. The stones that you see above the piles were taken from the holy river banks of River Narmada, and her blessings are with us in this video. So with that, let's get started with your reading. Please go and choose your pile. I'll see you in your reading. Okay, pile 1. Hi, welcome to your reading. We are gonna start shuffling your cards soon. And we're recording this in the sun because today is the day of the summer solstice. So I've asked the energies of the sun to be present in this reading and to send you light codes through this reading. So I'm seeing that you guys have a very full life. Your life is very happening. You might have a lot of relatives, and I'm seeing the reason for this being that in this life you chose to take on a lot of karma from your previous lives and your ancestors' lines, and you've come here to resolve a lot of karma so that you can make all of your connections lighter and you can ascend and have your family line ascend. So right away I'm seeing that if you're a female, you are the core person in your female ancestry line who's supposed to resolve all of the trauma. I'm seeing that the toxic family patterns are supposed to end with you. And I'm seeing that you have had a lot of trouble trying to walk away from the toxicity in your family. And there are things that kept bringing you back to it, even though you tried to leave. There could be a history of occultism in your family, of people doing black magic and, putting negative intentions on others. And because of that, you felt very stuck. Now, this is something you might have blamed yourself for. I'm seeing that you guys thought that you're not on your spiritual path as well as you were supposed to be. And that is why all of this is happening to you. But your spirit guides are saying that this is the beginning of a very, very long and a positive journey for your soul. And things from the spiritual perspective are not seen as we see them here. So if something bad happens to you on the physical, that does not mean that you're not on the right path. In no way does it mean that. Your soul chooses to take on some hard lessons when it incarnates in this body so that you can grow your soul. And your spirit guides are telling you that none of the toxicity in your family is your fault. You actually chose to be born into this. I'm seeing a lot of abusive behavior, either emotional, physical, or spiritual, or verbal. Verbal is coming through from a female figure. It could be a grandmom, an aunt, or a mom. And you have felt a little pressurized by these people your whole life. And I'm seeing that in your love life, this often comes through because of the shadows they left on you. You don't really know how to love as fully as you would have liked. And I'm seeing the lessons for you in this life is to first of all learn how to balance things. You're meant to learn how to balance your material and your spiritual side, and you find walking the thin line a little bit difficult, but they're saying within the next 2 years you'll learn how to navigate it pretty well. They've set you on a path and you're walking it diligently. You're also meant to stand up in your personal power. And they're saying that this time around you're going to quit this cycle that you have been stuck in. You're going to quit sacrificing things for other people. you have started to see things in a new perspective. And I'm seeing a lot of you might be coming of age. You might have turned over a new phase where you can provide for yourself financially. You might have just turned 21 and got a new job, or you were a stay-at-home mom and you decided to go and get a job. So whatever it is, you have turned over a new phase, and because of that you have the option now to quit this cycle. And I'm seeing that you are choosing to do it. I'm seeing that you have made a decision that is very radical, that your family does not support, and they're saying that it was very brave of you. You followed your soul's desire by making this decision and choosing to end the toxic family patterns once and for all. They're telling me an elder sister is coming through. So this is either your sister or someone in your family has had a pattern with an elder sister. They're saying you might not approve of the path that they took, but it was actually in line with the divine plan. They're asking you to imagine your life if your sibling in this life had not taken that path. It would have been very different. You would have been forced down a path you did not want to go. It might feel like your obstacles are on top of you a little bit. There are constant hindrances. People from your family keep coming in and disturbing you while you're just doing your own thing. And they keep trying to take your resources. That's what I'm hearing. And they're telling me that they're gonna get their karma if they try to stall things for you intentionally. Like someone, you are depending on someone in your family for something, and they're just not coming through. And they keep saying, this is a problem and this is a problem. But the truth is that they want to stall you. They don't want you to go down that path, and that's why they are not helping you out. And the universe is saying that they're gonna get their karma given right back to them. If they want something, they're gonna be stalled from getting that too. Because this is something that the universe is with you on. I'm also seeing Lord Krishna come through. So if you are a devout follower of Lord Krishna, he's coming through this reading and he's saying that I am with you. My blessings are with you. Maybe some of you talk to Lord Krishna and he's saying he hears you when you talk to him. And he's working on the other side to make your emotions lighter. He's working with you to heal you. He's working with you to get through your obstacles. I'm seeing that some of you get quite choked up about something about your love life in the past. Some of you have been going through that, and he's saying that rejection is God's protection. So it was him who was protecting you from these people, and that is why this person was taken out of your life. And there's a reason for that, and it's all according to a divine plan. If you guys have visited Gujarat before, that is coming through, the energy of that place. Or you have an advice that if you need a break, you might be getting an opportunity to visit some place holy. It might be Gujarat soon, and if you get it, this is the confirmation to actually follow your heart and go there. Because Lord Krishna's energy is very prevalent in that area, because he used to live there, and it is coming through to you too. He's saying that there is something that you have buried underwater. It's deep in your subconscious, but that is a very positive aspect of you that you don't know about yet. And that's going to be coming up soon. There is something you guys are addicted to. Someone here might be addicted to smoking, because I am seeing that. And if you are, they are asking you to be honest with yourself about how it makes you feel. They're saying the only reason you're not leaving it aside is because you're not honest with yourself. You're like, oh, this is for my spiritual growth. That's why I'm smoking, today. But they're saying, be honest. Does it make you feel good? Or are you using it to escape from something else in your life? they're saying reevaluating this and quitting this one thing will make you grow and evolve a lot faster in your spiritual life. I'm also seeing that there is someone in your life. I'm seeing a brother. So this could be a physical brother or someone in the spirit, in your spirit guides, who acts like a brother to your soul. And he's just a whole ton of energy, of personal power, and he's a very, very powerful person, and you feel his presence. So this might manifest as you always wishing you had a big brother, but even though you didn't, and you don't know where this longing comes from, but that's actually because you feel his presence in your spirit world and you wish he was there with you in the physical. So they are asking you to connect with this soul brother of yours if given the chance, because he really looks after you. And they're telling me, even when you're down in your lowest points, there is a part of you that knows that you're gonna be fine, that knows that you're not down yet, you're not beaten yet. It's like, I'm broken but I'm not bent kind of energy. I'm still gonna keep fighting. And this brother of yours, knowing that you have him on your side, really kicks you back up, even if you don't realize it consciously. So our spiritual selves and our spiritual knowing plays a big part into who you are. And if you know something spiritually but not consciously, it will come through in the way you feel. You will not understand why you feel a certain way, but your spiritual knowing is imbued in that feeling, and that is what gives rise to the feeling. So they're asking you to trust your emotions a little bit more. I'm seeing you guys push yourself into a career opportunity you're not fond of, just because someone on your female family side is pushing you to it. But they are asking you to be honest with your feelings. They're also saying that the month of July is going to be a month of respite, and from then on you are steadily going to be moved away from troubles and into calmer waters. To sit in the sunlight every day without clothes for at least 20 to 30 minutes is one of your advice. Also to give up alcohol if any of you guys are consuming it, or excessively doing stuff that's not PG-13, like excessively. To a limit, it's okay, it's healthy. And yes, praying every day is very good for you, because the gods are hearing your prayers for some reason, and they are specifically hearing your prayers, and they listen and respond through their heart and through your heart. So with that, you guys, I would say you guys have a good energy. So keep trusting yourself, keep praying, be happy, and keep ascending. Please let me know if this reading resonated with you in the comment section. I'm also seeing blue crystals for you. And with that, thank you. We'll move on to the next pile. Hi, pile 2. You guys might be in a period of resting and rejuvenation right now. You're in a very calm place. Some of you might like painting, or you might be creative and artistic in nature. And it's a very calm and introspective period for you right now. Very deep insights coming through for this pile. You guys have a very silent kind of beauty. So beauty comes in many forms, and it's not just physical, but there is a beauty in your silence, in your depth, in your introspection, and in your honesty and integrity that makes you a very beautiful person. I'm seeing that you guys were somebody who was very arrogant in the past. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it's the way we were raised. I'm seeing someone who is very cocky, who is very sure of themselves, who went and they were a go-getter and they always got what they wanted. But because of this nature, they tended to make a lot of enemies, not because they were mean, but they were just so sure of themselves that people couldn't resist taking them on. And this was someone who you were. But as you are moving on, you have seen the light. You have the sun card on the day of the summer solstice. And this was very wild to me, because I was sitting in the sun to record this reading, and I've requested the sun to send its codes, its light codes through everyone who's watching this reading right now, because today is the day of the summer solstice. And seeing this card was confirmation that the sun is present in your reading. Sitting in the sun is very beneficial for your soul. So they're telling me to tell you to sit for at least 20 minutes without clothes in the sun. I'm seeing that you guys have walked away from either being this person who was very cocky, or you have walked away from a person in your life. I'm seeing a male figure who was extremely cocky, and this person had a tendency to isolate you. And I'm seeing that if you were this person, you moved away from being a very extroverted person with a lot of friends, and you had this deep inner knowing, this desire that you don't want to keep repeating the same things over and over again. You don't want drama, you don't want the constant noise and the pointlessness of bickering amongst ourselves. So you chose to leave. You chose to stay alone and go within and find your answers and see the light. You're walking a path of alignment. This might show up as a lack of passion in your life. You might feel like, man, I was this super passionate person. I used to just take life by the hands and just go for what I want. But now I've just become this passive person who is like so chill and doesn't want to do anything. But they're telling me that you're actually going somewhere. You're very protected, and you're also very protective of something in your life. This might be money, or this might be a spiritual gift or spiritual insights that you have, but you're very protective of this. It might be possible that you have crazy spiritual experiences and you don't tell anyone ever, because you're like, no, telling people will ruin this, so I'm just not going to tell anyone. And your spirit guides are saying that you don't have to worry, because you're very tethered and anchored into the spiritual realms. So even if you share this thing with somebody, they're telling you to go with your intuition, that sometimes you sense when people are not good, and when they don't have good intentions for you, they're actually congratulating you on not sharing your successes with them, because you choose to not brag. And even if it makes you seem smaller, you're like, whatever, you think of me as you want, I'm not going to tell you my stuff because I know you're not a good person. But there are some people who might want the good for you, and if you sense that, spirit is telling you it's safe to open up to these good people around you. Not everyone is a bad person. It's also a very good thing that you walked away from this card of this energy, of this cocky, arrogant energy, because it's made you confident in a very different way. Your confidence has a depth to it. You might have started going on to a lot of pilgrimages. Yellow birds are very significant for you. They come into your life anytime you're moving on to a new level spiritually. And I'm seeing a very green, heart-centered energy. So your heart chakra and your solar connection is very, very strong. So your ambition has also begun to follow your heart, meaning your career might take a more heart-centric approach. For example, if you're at a call center and you have to deceive people into taking your product, you might start to feel a little uneasy about that, and you might want to shift from the inside to a more conscious career that's actually helping people and not entrapping them, into something they don't want to do. I'm also hearing a message for you. So now the spirit guide team has something they want to give to you. It's a wheel of fortune event. It's a turning point for your life. And you know this on some level. Like, for example, if your purpose is coming in, or if your life partner is coming in, you know it on an intuitive level, but you're not ready to wait for this thing to come into your life. They're asking you to wait for it, but you're not ready to wait for it. You're like watching figure card readings of when is he coming. You're like, no, this is the person. You have a certain idea of who it's going to be, You're like, no, this is my twin flame. I don't care who you're bringing in. This is what I'm going to follow. And you are holding that idea of your twin flame so closely to yourself that your guides are telling you to let it go. Anytime you think about your twin flame or this intuition that you have, just say, I don't want to think about this, and don't think about it for the next 2 months, because that will free up the energy and that will allow them to bring in what they want. So this is a very important piece of advice. Please take it seriously. Your guides are telling you to make it your motto for the next 2 months. And they want to congratulate you on how far you've come in your spiritual progress, and they're saying that they will continue to work with you. Lord Shiva and Guru Dattatreya are coming into this reading, so you might want to look into them, or if you do pray to them, they are telling you that they are here with you and they are holding your hand and walking with you along this beautiful journey of life. So please stay tuned, you guys, and keep ascending. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, and they're all very proud of you, and so am I. So stay on your path. Keep walking your path, even though it might seem hard at times, because it is the right path. And above all, keep ascending. Thank you. Namaste. Hi Pile 3. Welcome to your pile. So even before I start your pile, I am understanding that you guys have a very impulsive energy. You guys want to know the outcome before it actually comes through. Like, oh my god, what is my exam result? Asking all tarot readers what your result is before actually waiting for the result to come in. And you might be a starseed, you might be from the other realms, and these guys often have a problem with waiting for results because time is not a factor in their dimension. So they want to know something, they know it immediately. Another message that's coming through is that there is a beauty to your chaos. Your life is very chaotic and it's very messy, but there is a beauty to it in the spiritual realms. And you might not see this, but your spirit guides definitely do. So right away, I'm seeing that you guys have a lot of psychic abilities inside of you. You guys have a very deep psychic ability that you came on this planet with. One of the reasons you were incarnated on this planet was to activate this psychic ability. There is one ability in particular that after activating it, your whole life is going to revolve around it, and you're going to help people. I'm seeing a lot of people, millions of people, a big crowd with this psychic ability of yours. And I'm seeing the age of 21 as being significant for when you start to activate it, and it's going to come into your life by the time you're 23, or take it as a gap of 2 years if from where you are right now. I am seeing that some of you might have a twin flame in your life or a soulmate energy, and I'm seeing that this person is also meant to come into your life soon. You doubt it a lot because you have seen people on YouTube talk about twin flames, and they do it in a very toxic way, in a way that does not resonate with you. And that's why you think, okay, maybe I don't have a twin flame because this is not what it's like. But you know what the real thing is like, and I am confident that you guys either have a twin flame or a soulmate. One more thing I'm seeing is that there is some interference in your life from the occult or the dark side. So you might suspect that someone's done some black magic on your family, or some voodoo, some negative energy, or maybe you have dabbled in those. You explored that side of things at some point in your life. But I see you guys walking away from that energy. Even if someone has done something, you guys, with your pure intent and your faith in God, have walked away from it. So Swami Samartha is coming through in this reading. So he is one of the guides that is protecting you through this. They're saying that it doesn't matter if people do black magic on someone else. It is, you can't clap with one hand ever. So it's also the person's choice how much they let it affect them. And if your faith in God is great, then it doesn't matter how good of a magician someone is. their efforts will never touch a hair on your head. And this is the energy that's coming through, is that the protection around you swirls in greater and greater magnitudes, and you feel it around you now. You had a choice to make. So when you were a kid, you could have dabbled in the dark arts and stuff, but as you grew up and you realized the consequences of what that meant, you decided to change as a person. You became someone who chose purity, who chose God, who chose love. You might be a very benevolent person. You help animals whenever possible. You could have some rescue pets in your life. You might feed birds. And there's a very, very strong spirit guide presence in this reading. They're coming through very strongly. So the universe is on your side. So this is the pile with all the star seeds and the people from other worlds. They are all in this pile. I'm seeing that 9 is a significant number for you. You might keep seeing 999 everywhere. And sometimes in your life, right, spiritually, you might feel a little controlled. You're like someone's controlling you. It's like taking a dog on a walk with a leash, right? So the dog might feel controlled, but in reality, you as the person, like your higher self, is actually just guiding you to the right path. They're guiding you away from danger. So I'm seeing that some of you might have been rejected once or twice from something you attempted to do, and you felt like, man, life sucks, life is not working out. But then they want you to see it as your dog walking into a lake, you know, on the, like with a leash, and you're like, no, that's a lake. Go to that green grass over there. So rejection is your higher self's protection. This might come through as interviews, job offers, or exams that you gave in the past, and they were redirecting you to a more positive outcome. So another thing I'm seeing is that someone did try to entrap you into their schemes on a subconscious level or a conscious level. And I'm seeing that this was maybe an entity or a spirit that tried to take hold of you, but then your light was too bright for them. You were too pure as a soul, and they couldn't stay in your auric field for long enough. So these guys had to leave. And some of you might still subconsciously be dealing with that damage that that entity has left behind. You might feel like, man, people are not gonna resonate with me if I talk to them. If you might feel like things just always go wrong for you, because in this time that this entity tried to mess with your life, I'm seeing a period of 1 or 2 years. You went through a pretty dark time, and that you kind of subconsciously feel like, that might happen again. But spirit is telling you that you've turned over a new leaf multiple times after that, like 3 to 5 times, and there is no way that thing could ever even reach you, because you're not in the same space, and nor will you ever be. So they're saying that you're healing through that. So whatever way this is showing up in your life, spirit is asking you to be patient with yourself and let yourself heal. So if that means avoiding people and reading books in your room, then they're saying do that. Trust yourself. If you feel like you don't want to talk to people, trust yourself. Sit in your room and read a book and just calm down, or watch a video. Do something that calms you down. I'm seeing that you guys might be very interested in space, or like space freaks. If you're not, they're actually guiding you to watch videos about space, because that will trigger your third eye. Stargazing has come through in this group very strongly. So if you don't have stars around you like me, like I don't, they're asking you to watch videos about the night sky. And they are also telling you to look into lucid dreaming. And when you're in your dream, right, actually create a blanket of stars above you and gaze at that. If you don't have stars above you,